Have you ever left something in the refrigerator so long that it spoiled and it began to stink in the back of the refrigerator? That stinky smell is irritating. Um, I want to preach on a message here today entitled Manna and Maggots. Manna and Maggots. Let's go Bible, and feel free to follow along. The sermon notes are going to be in the description. Here it is. Exodus chapter 16, verse 20 says, however, some of them paid no attention to Moses, and they kept part of it until morning, referring to the manna, but it was full of maggots and it began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. In this text, we already see that they're hungry and God gives them manna, which appeared as like dew, but it actually turned to wafers. And God is saying, look, don't store it, because if you store it, it's going to turn to maggots. But they were disobedient because they were in fear that they wouldn't eat again. This text teaches us that you cannot hold on to yesterday's manna and today's miracle at the same time. This text teaches us that God gives fresh instruction for provision, because yesterday's obedience won't sustain tomorrow's faith. In this text, we see, point number one, that old faith rots. That's what we see in this text. Their manna rotten because their faith was stale. Have you ever been in a season where you've noticed people's faith, they were stale because they were depending on old messages, depending on old word, not fresh bread and fresh word? That's what this text teaches us. Old faith rots when you try to hold on to yesterday's manna. My God. Oh, this is getting good. They trusted yesterday, but didn't trust today. God wanted them to follow the instructions, but they let the maggots get inside of the miracle. Don't let maggots get inside the miracle. Point number two, fear breeds fungus. That's what this text teaches us. Why? Because maggots show up where fear takes over. Israel stored manna because of fear. Maybe God won't provide again. Maybe he won't deliver us like he did before. That's what we see in this text. Fear breeds fungus. And lastly, disobedience invites decay. Why? Because the manna did not rot on its own. It rot because they disobeyed. Here it is. Disobedience turns miracles into messes. I want to encourage you to not get caught up in the fear of trying to do this and do that and outside of the instruction of God. Because when you get outside of the instruction of God's word, that's when maggots show up. If this message touched your soul, I want you to put in the chat, no more maggots.